What's up and welcome to Versus Battle Cards. It's a special edition matchup today between Mario versus Sonic. One of them completely stomps in a video games only matchup, another one completely stomps in a comic book and TV show only matchup, so it's time to do a tiebreaker. With both of them now having big Hollywood movies, it's time to finally see who would win between Illumination's movie Mario and Paramount's movie Sonic. When we come to the Discord poll, it seems that everyone believes movie Sonic has this all the way. We even got some super reactions like Larry Boy in the previous episode. But there's still a small handful of fans holding out for Mario. So are there still some hidden blocks to bump, or does Sonic have all the emeralds to victory? I gotta work on those. That wasn't even close to wordplay. Start the episode. Super Mario here begins his list of abilities with his incredible jumping and agility. Even before he got to the Mushroom Kingdom and experienced power-ups, he was already leaping and jumping through dangerous construction sites with no problem. Guess that's what happens when you grow up in the concrete jungle of New York. But eventually he got transported to a magical world and needed to adapt. Using power-ups to keep up with things, Mario has the Mushroom, which allows him to grow in size and in strength. Taking a hard enough hit though will cause him to lose it, and it works that way for the other power-ups too. Like the Mini Mushroom, yes, this counts as a power-up, which makes him incredibly small and hard to hit. There's the Super Bell, which transforms him into a kitty cat, gives him extra agility and speed, and gives him claws for digging into his opponents or clinging onto areas he normally couldn't. There's the Tanuki suit, which grants him incredibly fast flight and gliding. There's also the Fire Flower, which lets you shoot fire, and the Ice Flower, which lets you shoot ice. We don't see Mario use these in the movies, but there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to. For more speed, he also has his Mario Kart, where he can drift to go even faster, and even has some anti-gravity capabilities for driving up walls or upside down. Then finally, there's the Superstar, which grants Mario more power than anything else in the Mushroom Kingdom, grants him total invincibility, and the only downside is that there's a slight time limit. As for Sonic, he's packaged with incredible super speed and all sorts of other natural abilities that don't require a power-up. In fact, he's so quick that bullets and missiles appear to move in extreme slow motion compared to him. Sonic has no martial arts training, but he's not afraid to throw hands. And if something appears to be a bit too tough, he'll deal with it by curling up into a ball and attacking it with his quills. He can either spin dash through enemies or homing attack on top of them. And with each of these attacks, he can generate electricity. If he builds it up long enough, he can release a massive EMP blast. And by massive, I mean he could literally shut down the entire Pacific Northwest's power with it. He also has a bunch of rings which he can use to create portals to random locations. But his most impressive item / power are the Chaos Emeralds, which allows him to become supersonic. It grants him more strength, more speed, gives him the power to fly, and lets the user materialize whatever they could imagine. Robotnik made a giant robot, and Sonic made a chili dog. It does come with a glaring weakness though. Taking a hard enough hit can knock the emeralds right out of you. This is true even for the games. So, when it comes to the overall arsenal, I'm gonna have to give this point to Mario. Mario has superior acrobatics and jumping, Sonic has superior agility and speed, they both have transformations with glaring weaknesses, Sonic's EMP Blast could take care of the Mario Kart but wouldn't do much else to Mario's other arsenal. So when this whole category comes down to their power-ups, Mario's everything totally eclipses Sonic's rings. But let's see what the YouTube predictions are thinking. Speed-wise, it's Sonic. This one obviously goes to Sonic, but let's at least see what Mario can do. The best speed feat you can find for movie Mario is the flight in his Tanuki suit, where he crosses Peach's kingdom, which should be comparable to his hometown of Brooklyn, and the surrounding villages and forests, which should be comparable to the rest of New York City, the farthest borders of which are about 35 miles across, and he does this in about 16 seconds. This means he flies at speeds of about 7,800 miles per hour, or Mach 10. But he was also outpacing a Bomber Bill, which should be superior to any missiles or rockets we have on Earth, the fastest of which can reach between Mach 27 and Mach 35. Sonic, of course, though, casually beats this. He's run to the Pacific Ocean and back within 2 to 3 seconds. That alone is over Mach 5000 at 0.5% the speed of light. But then there's also his ability to move so fast that he views bullets and missiles in slow motion. This can get up to Mach 20,000 at 2% the speed of light. This means that at both their greatest and top speeds, Sonic should be about 500 times faster than Mario. Mario catches back up in strength though. He's able to survive tons of massive explosions and attacks, and Luigi, even without any power-ups, can push back against Bowser's flame breath which destroyed an entire castle. But also without any power-ups, Mario was able to temporarily resist a force that was able to pull Bowser's entire island fortress. When the island fortress appears in Brooklyn, it towers over most, but not all of the buildings. It should be slightly shorter than Brooklyn Tower's 1,000-foot height, and should be more comparable to something like Stone Mountain, Georgia, which has a prominence of over 800 feet. Stone Mountain is also estimated to weigh between 1 and 2 trillion pounds. So since it appeared in Brooklyn about 17 seconds after Mario did, moving the weight of that giant mountain fortress that 35-mile distance we mentioned earlier, plus an extra 10 for the warp pipe dimension as the Bomberbill's kingdom-destroying explosion was able to fit inside, and Mario was resisting a total force of 1.7 gigatons without power-ups. That's just moving the fortress too. With the Superstar, Mario was able to crack it and then completely destroy it and shove it back down the pipe, no doubt landing him in island level range at over 4 gigatons. Sonic has also survived tons of powerful explosions and can take on Dr. Robotnik's massive skyscraper-sized Deathbot. And becoming Super Sonic with the Chaos Emeralds, he gains the ability to create a storm, which should put him at small city level. Funnily enough though, his most powerful feat comes from his base form, his EMP Blast. It was able to reach into outer space and shut down power across the entire Pacific Northwest. This results in a total power of about 35 megatons of TNT. So yeah, Mario caught up and took this one. Without power-ups, he's over 25 times stronger, and with power-ups, he's over 110 times stronger. Let's see what the Discord predictions are thinking though. This final category for skill, intelligence, and experience is pretty tricky to figure out a winner for. Skill-wise, Sonic absolutely wins. He's very agile and acrobatic and can pretty much dance around his opponents once he gets used to them. Intelligence-wise, Mario wins. He's graduated high school, he's a plumber, and he's been on a wrecking crew, implying that he could be pretty competent behind some heavy machinery. Experience is where we hit a draw. Sonic has had his entire life to practice his powers, and he's been on 2 adventures. Mario's only been on 1 adventure, but it was a lot bigger, and he did a lot more. Plus, he had proper training too, which Sonic never did. But despite this last segment being a draw, the ultimate winner is Movie Mario. There's nothing wrong with Movie Sonic. He's just as fast and just as powerful as everyone was saying he was. The real problem lied in the fact that Movie Mario was just severely under-researched. Nowhere I looked mentioned anything that happened with Bowser's floating island fortress. That's like the final blow in the movie. Now yes, Sonic is hundreds of times faster, but Mario is hundreds of times stronger. He matches Sonic's level of experience, and he surpasses him in arsenal. The Superstar makes Mario completely invincible, and its only weakness is a time limit. Super Sonic potentially doesn't have a time limit in the movies, but a hard enough hit can knock the emeralds out of him, and with Mario's strength advantage, he could definitely do that. Then there's the fact that Sonic's strongest attack, the EMP Blast, is something he's only done once, on accident, hasn't tried to recreate or use in combat, and likely wouldn't affect anything more than Mario's cart anyways. Yes, Sonic could run thousands of circles around Mario, but it's like a fox versus an elephant. The fox is way faster, but in no way is it ever going to do any real damage or win in a fight against an elephant. The winner is Movie Mario. But let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with this outcome? And thank you for predicting in this episode. Be sure to predict the next one with a comment down below, a comment in my Discord server, voting in the Discord poll, or making a video prediction. As for next time, Halloween may be long gone, but that's no reason not to get ghostly. Okay, it's too late. Can I at least do half ghosts? Okay, cool. Everyone buckle up for Danny Phantom versus Miss Chalice.